welcome. I'm out in the sunshine with Kim. You've got to get into the camera a bit. So if you're watching this, I want single ladies to have an idea of what it might be being in long-term real relationships, because a lot of single women come to me and they have an idealised fantasy of how they think real long-term relationships are going to be. I love interviewing people. I interview lots of men, and so today I'm interviewing Kim. Hello, Kim. She's off camera. You've got to get a bit of camera. Yeah. Squeeze in there. And yeah, she's going to share with me what it's like to be in a real relationship. So, as I said, there's an idea of fantasy. So we have the romantic fantasy when you first meet someone and you think he's gorgeous, he treats you perfectly. Hi, Derek. I haven't spoken to you for a long time. Welcome. You meet him for the first time, you just click. I'm doing great, thank you. You meet for the first time, you just click, everything's great, you get treated to dinner, special occasions, your heart just feels amazing. But then what happens in the long term? Do you, or are you still fixated of keeping that idealised romantic story? And what happens if he doesn't fit that further on down the line? Maybe you've seen the signs at the beginning, maybe you've actually ignored some red flags. But, so what we've got here today is Kim's going to share honestly and openly with what it's like to be in a real relationship. But what I want to start off with is first is, when you compare to how it is now 7 years on, and to the first throes of the romance, how does it compare?
Oh gosh.
I'm just throwing her right in there.
We were really, really young. I was 18 and he was 20, so that was, I think, we've grown up together, definitely grown up together. And when we were 18 and 20, his idea of romance was by making me a bacon sandwich. Okay. Because he lived in a bed sit, and I used to go around his house. He used to make me a bacon sandwich, and we used to have sex. That was. I like her honesty, told the truth. Yes, that's what it's all about, Derek. Basically, what we did. But then we used to go out on bike rides. We used to go to town together. It's just normal teenage stuff, I guess. And then I went to uni, and we had a long distance relationship for 2 years. And he used to come around and see me every 2 weeks, but that was more like we were so desperate to see each other, we'd spend the weekend having sex.
That's how it is at the beginning, anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And then,
do you know? Can you explain like that desperate feeling? You know, when you think about them all the time.
Gosh, yeah. It just like when he doesn't phone for a few hours, and you just like, oh my god. Yeah. I used to ring him to make sure you check he was home, and yeah, it's just. I guess it's almost like clingy, isn't it? It's sort of, and that could get to a point where you do that to the extreme, and that sort of breaks the relationship. I think the 2 year long distance relationship made us see that. Actually,
what do you remember well, Derek? Let us know, because I know you're in a long term relationship, so interesting to hear your thoughts too.
Yeah, the long distance thing helped us see like how much space we actually needed from each other, and I was able to go out and do my stuff, he was able to go and do his stuff.
Was the trust there?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. At first he didn't really like me calling him every night, because I was quite lonely at uni my first year, and then but it got better. I made friends, and then I rang him less and less. We just ring each other in the morning, ring each other in the evening, and then that was enough. Yeah. And then that summer we sort of when I came back, it was almost like we didn't have enough space, and it did for a few weeks. It was on and off, and it was just like quite bad actually.
What is it? What, from being distant and coming together?
Yeah,
plus the bacon sardines.
It was weird. And then so we basically broke up for a good 2 weeks, and then I went back to uni for second year and just didn't. We spoke to each other every day and was like, oh my god, why have we done this? Like, and then one night he just turned up at my door, like he came all the way to Stoke to see me. He turned up at my door, absolutely crying his eyes out, and says, I want to be with you.
Romance.
And I said, well, if we've got to make it work, then I need you to be here with me now. We can't do this anymore. We can't do long.
You said this.
Yeah, and then he did. He moved up in March the Christmas, like the March afterwards. So that was March 2012.
Yeah.
He came to be with me in my student house, lived there in my room, and then he got his own house in the August after that. Until I finished uni, and then we moved to Manchester to get together. So,
fantastic. So, ladies, yeah, isn't it lovely, Derek? It is. And so, anyone who's listening, especially at the beginning, and you're not sure about someone, you tell me, Derek. If a man's really sure about you, he's going to let you know about it. He's going to show it in both actions and in words. It's not confusing, is it?
The fact that we had 9 months together before I went to uni, but the 2-year thing where he would come to see, he would buy a train ticket and come to see me every 2 weeks, or even every week if we had to. He would do that, and that was the dedication he showed. I did the same. If we couldn't bear to be without each other, I would go home. I would get a train ticket and be like, "I'm coming to see you. I don't care."
I love it.
Yeah.
She's blushing.
And then since he's moved up to be with me, we've never had to have that being away from each other. We've never. I think the longest we spent away from each other was a week when I went to Spain for a week.
7 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Gosh.
That's amazing.
Everyone's all our friends who were in couples. All our friends who were all in couples. When we started, at the age of 18, 20, that sort of thing. His friends are a bit older, so they're now nearly in their third. He's 28 now, so they're all really surprised that we're still together.
Really? Why?
Because they're not together. They're not in long-term relationships anymore. They're not with the same people.
How did you know?
The opposite of they've gone into long-term relationships with someone else and they've had children, and we haven't. We've gone a different way, and it just they're sort of like, sort of what you're doing, almost, which is interesting.
Yeah. How did you know actually when he was the one? Is there a defining moment? Or it's,
I think
really?
For me, I don't know whether he would say the same thing. I think for me, every other relationship I've been in, we've got to the point of breaking up, and that's it. We've done it. No matter how much I've tried to get them back, or cried over them, tried to do something to get them back, they didn't come back. This time, there was no way I was letting him go. I wrote him a really, really long letter before I left for uni, and then left it with him, and then 3 weeks later he turned up at my door. So something happened, something worked, and I think for me that was the moment. So
I love that.
Yeah, so it was that was the make or break situation. And,
It's clear. It's clear. You just know. You just know. But what happens when people think they just know and it doesn't work out?
Devastation. I've had that. When I was a teenager, but still the same thing happened. I would be with someone 5-6 months, and then something would just be like, we're not doing this anymore, and then but I would be completely heartbroken. I've always been the person who's been dumped, and not the person who's done the dumping. You know what I mean? So
it's got to be two. It's got to be two. So much together. Yeah, you go through so much together and you're still together. You're right. It's got to be two people. I want to make sure Kim's on camera. Don't want to lose you. It's got to be two people together who want to be together. It's got to be mutual. It cannot be one-sided. And clearly, in your case, it was mutual attraction. I love romance. Okay, but that was at the beginning. That was 7 years ago. Hi, Karen. Hi, how are you? So, let's talk about the middle stages.
Okay.
How was that? I mean, I know it's quite a while ago now, but is there a mid, the early throes of romance, and then there's a middle stage, and then we're going to talk about the end. Well, not the end. Not the end. But where it is now.
I think the middle of our relationship was when we moved in together, and it was just us two, and we got a cat, and that was sort of like proper adult responsibility. Learning to live together is a big thing.
Right. We want to hear about this. Learning to live together.
But it's things like establishing a routine together. So by the time I was just starting my own business, and he was my absolute rock. He was in a full-time job and paying for everything.
Wow.
Because I just started my business and I didn't have any money. It was straight out of university. 6 weeks after graduation, I went to the job centre. After graduating with first class honours, and I was just like, you know, what am I going to do? But he supported me through it. He paid the rent, he paid the bills.
Fantastic.
And I think as a man, that was
you're
important
right,
to him as a man as well, because I know that it's sort of, the roles are reversed sort of now, because he's a student and
okay.
and I'm, you know, my business is just picking up, and I'm working part-time as well, so I'm paying for most things. And I think he feels a bit, he has his down moments now where he's like, I can't provide for you. He's like, he gets really upset about it.
Yeah.
But he still does things. He still pays for holidays and things like that. So
yes, exactly. So, ladies, especially if you're single, make sure you're in camera. She keeps on drifting off. It's clear, isn't it? I'm sure, Derek, you know, it's very clear. You want to invest in that person. You want to spend time with them. You want to make them feel special. You show them in real terms that they're important.
It was things like, especially when we started living together, so it was things like he would go out for work, he would go out to work. I'd know, it sounds really old-fashioned, isn't it? But, you know, I'd ring him when he's on the way home from work and say, shall I get dinner on? Or,
but I love that.
Like, yeah, just doing the hoovering.
Well, that's what it's like. It's the reality. Socks, dirty clothes to wash. Derek, 16 years, brilliant.
He understood.
Wow.
He understood that, you know, on days when I was really busy, I had deadlines. I was running a magazine, so on my deadline days, he'd do the washing, he'd do the cooking. You know, he'd kick the cat out, make sure the cat goes out at the right time, and do the cat litter box. And
so was
like
this like a natural? You didn't have to say you've got to do this. There were no arguments about you're not pulling your weight. There's nothing like that.
I don't think we've ever had an argument like that.
What? No argument. No argument.
No arguments at all.
Right. Okay.
I think no arguments about you're not doing this, you're not doing that. Like yesterday, I put the washing on.
Yeah. We're talking about washing.
Here we go.
Hi, Debbie.
I put the washing
nice to
on
see you.
before I went out to work, and I said to him, "Babe, there's washing in the washing machine. Like I meant to have done it. I meant to have put it out because it was sunny. Babe, there's washing in the washing machine. Can you put it out?" And then when I got home, it was still in the washing machine. But I didn't really say anything to him. I was like, "Babe, you forgot to put the washing out, didn't you?" "Oh yeah, I forgot."
Okay, how many of you would get irritated and angry by something like that?
So this morning I said, like, the washing was still in the washing machine this morning, because I purposely didn't do it, so...
Ooh.
But this morning we both went outside, had breakfast together, and then we hung out together, like...
Oh, I just love it. I just love it. Bye, Derek.
Yeah. Little things like that is, but...
So what I'm hearing from that, it's how you talk to someone in your partnership, because you just said, "Hey babe," and you still shared breakfast together. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't like make or break, or you went off in a storm or stomping, or
there's no point getting upset about the washing.
People do these little things. These little things can be what people seemingly break up over.
At the end of the day, it's his clothes as well that are going to get crumpled.
Karen, you've been together for 19 and a half years. Wow, he's your rock, best friend. You told me flips when you still see him. I love that. Love that. Wow. I'm going to have to talk to you. Sorry, go on, Kim.
I don't know what I was saying now.
And we were talking about, those little things that can...
like, there's no point in arguing about the washing. There's much more
people
things to argue about.
People do.
Like, at the end of the day, it's his clothes that are going to get crumpled, as long as my work trousers aren't crumpled. Or,
That's it.
I'm responsible for my own... At the end of the day, I think about it, I'm responsible for my own clothes, because, if I need my clothes washing, then I'm going to put them in the washing machine and make sure they're done, even if he doesn't.
Right.
At the end of the day, And if his trousers aren't washed, at the end of the day, it's his responsibility.
I like that.
And he understands that as well. And he'll just wear the same trousers. He doesn't care. He'll just wear the same trousers again. And
oh my God, you're married. Oh my God. I didn't know that, Deborah. We've got to talk. But yeah, it's about those little things. Loads of people can get upset and angry about it, but it's how you communicate. And one of the biggest things I love to teach women is how you talk to your man, especially at those times when you're feeling frustrated, you're upset, you're angry, you're irritated, you've asked him to do things and it's not happened. How are you communicating with him in those moments?
There are times I do get really, really annoyed with him.
This is the truth.
We do have, like, things where I'll just won't talk to him, or he'll come over and then he'll do something that makes me smile, and I can't be angry at him for any more than like 5 minutes. I just can't do it. He'll go and make me a cup of tea, or he'll bring me chocolate, or he'll go and do what he was asked to do in the first place, and then be like, okay, well, I did it.
I love that. No point in argument. So, have you never argued about anything, Karen? About the little things? Okay, that's great. That's great.
Also, we read something, and I was told by my grandparents never ever go to bed angry at each other. Or,
never go to bed angry.
Always say sorry, or even if it wasn't you, or just say like I love you or something to just. Before you go to bed. I can't sleep if we're angry. There's no way I could sleep if we're angry. No. So,
do you out there? Do you go to bed feeling angry, and you're tossing and you're turning, and you wake up and you're still kind of flustered, and you think, "I'm going to tell him," or you shut down, or you close down? I know
it would just make it all worse. I need to go to work feeling angry.
Yeah.
There's no
it's not
point.
Worth it.
No point. And I hope he would say the same thing as well.
Yeah, I'll have to get him on and see what he says. Hi, Kelly. Hi. Thanks for being here. Hi. What about, okay, are any of you guilty of this? If you've ever felt frustrated or irritated with your man, have you withheld sex from him? Let's get honest now. No. Okay.
No. Oh, God.
I've put her on the spot now.
I do think that's something you can do, really. That sounds.
I know some women who will do this.
Withhold,
yeah.
How
payback.
Would you do that?
We've had some cracking arguments, but they are rare. Humour really helps. Thank you, Karen.
Yeah. I wouldn't withhold sex for an argument. There are some times when you're really tired, you just.
Yeah,
can't
but that's different.
Yeah, that's not. No, I would not do that.
Yeah.
No. He makes jokes for me, like did something to him the other day, called him a name or something.
Yeah.
And it was really funny, and then he was like, "That's it, you've lost penis privileges for a week."
I love his confidence.
Just not like.
Hi, Debbie. Hi. And so, what would you say the secrets are to a long-term relationship?
A secret.
It sounds still very romantic, as if they're still met for the first time, which is really nice. I love it. Look at her face. It's so cute. It's so cute.
Oh gosh.
Put her on the spot.
Just being honest with each other.
Being honest.
Yeah. He's my best friend at the end of the day. Even if he tries to hide something from me, I know.
Yeah.
I don't mean like trying to hide us on cheating. I just mean trying to hide us in like he'll pretend he hasn't eaten all the chocolate, or he'll just do little things. I'm just like, I know you've seen it, so and then he'll always tell me. Just being respectful of each other. He knows when I've got something busy at work, he'll know what to do. And when he's stressed, he's got really low self-esteem sometimes when he's stressed about exams, when he's, when he gets really low, I know how to, sit with him and, tell him, actually, you do provide for me, you're wonderful, I found it hard to do that in previous times when he's getting upset about that, but recently I've been able to get him round to being happy again. And
I love that. And so this is one thing, there's a term that I use about hi Nancy, so nice to have you here. I know you've been in a long-term relationship. I would love to hear your thoughts about how you keep it going, about cheerleading your man, about bringing him up, respecting each other. You're absolutely right, Karen. And at those times when he might be feeling low, how do you support him? Seriously, how are you supporting him? And are you making him feel man enough at the times when he's struggling, as we all struggle?
Yeah.
As we all struggle. So having great communication, not to argue about the little things, don't withhold sex, and be very supportive. And it sounds like even what I'm hearing is that the overriding feeling experience is that it's love. That you love him, he loves you. It's very clear and obvious, and that's what's keeping you together. Ah! Oh, she looks so cute. Teamwork.
Everyone keeps
Teamwork,
asking when we're
Karen.
going to get married as well, but
They're not married yet, though. I'll have to talk to her about
or
that
even
one.
engaged. Yeah.
Not even engaged.
But then I suppose that comes down to that fantasy thing again. I think my fantasy now is him being my husband, and or at least being proposed to, and that's a whole other sort of fantasy, isn't it? I have no idea how he's going to do it.
Does it really change? Does it change?
Yeah, like I don't know whether it would change anything, but it's just the significance of it, isn't it? But also, I suppose it's every girl's dream of having that one day of just, I don't know what I want it to be like. But
the fantasy is
whole,
the fantasy, but it's great, why not?
Yeah. We've planned our wedding in sort of detail. We know we'd have a festival wedding, we'd know, what my bridesmaids will wear, we'd know, but we don't know when it's going to happen or, it remains a fantasy.
Well, it's been lovely having you all here. Hi, Karen. Thank you so much. And so, if you want to be in a relationship, remember that there is an idealised fantasy. However, just by talking with Kim, to be in a long-term committed relationship and to be happy, it's not about just being together, existing, about being happy, being mutually respectful, not arguing about the little things, really understanding what's important. When he's down, how do you support and cheerlead him? And I would hope he's doing the same for you.
We're not always expecting it as well. Like you are able to bring yourself out of being down. You are able to get over it, whatever it is. Yeah. So reach out to friends, reach out to family, reach out to other people. Don't always just rely on him. Because at the end of the day, you're responsible for yourself as well.
Brilliant.
And I think that from that low moment that we had, I was alone at uni. I was relying on so much on him, still being my one my connection, if you know what I mean, and try and make me feel better. And he wasn't really doing that because he was so far away. He wasn't able to do that. So by the time I got to second year, by the time we'd had that sort of breakup in the middle, it was almost like, well, I'm responsible for my own. Me.
Brilliant. Hi, Donna.
And therefore, I don't cling to him as much. But I resist the feeling to call him. But I will call him whenever I feel the need to call him. But it won't be 20 times a day now. It will be 5 or 6 times a day. So
the biggest thing I learned there is about, even when you're in a relationship, a long-term committed one, whether you're single or not, it's about, hi Donna, how about being responsible for your own feelings at the end of the day. No one, even in a committed relationship, no one owes you anything. He doesn't owe you anything. You own how you feel. You own your emotions. I think that's a wonderful lesson. But thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much, Kim. We're going to go. We're going to have lunch now on this beautiful day. Hope you're having a fantastic day yourselves. Bye.
Bye.